Welcome back to the channel. I'm Paul from JH Spoilers, bringing you the absolute wildest updates. Today is a crazy day in Port Charles, and we're diving into the explosive fallout of Nina's syringe disaster, Willow's ultimate breaking point, and Drew's shocking escape that threatens everything. Let's get right into the madness. Okay, I literally cannot believe this. Can we please process this mess together? Look, I just hit record at 3 a.m. because this grueling, decade-long General Hospital journey has finally pushed me over the absolute edge. I am ditching the script. I am breaking all the filters. Basically, I am here to deliver some unfiltered, a hard truth. Because there are legends carrying this entire journey on their shoulders, while others are single-handedly testing my sanity, and I am going to call every single one of them out. Please tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Honestly, my brain is redlining, and I need the only circle that speaks this language to witness my existential collapse. Listen, we have to talk about the absolute sheer incompetence of Nina Reeves. Suddenly, she is standing in Willow's living room holding a syringe meant for Drew Kane, and she somehow manages to plunge it into Jack Brennan. Basically, she chemically detained a federal WSB agent on a civilian rug because she has the hand-eye coordination of a panicked toddler. Honestly, what was the plan here? Valentine Cassadine is standing there doing the calculus, trying to figure out how to stash a paralyzed field office boss. And Nina is just spiraling into a vortex of useless apologies. Wait, why are we like this? Why is this show low-key obsessing over Nina making the absolute worst split-second decisions in the history of daytime television? It is a total game changer, but in the worst possible way. I mean, honestly, I almost feel bad for her because she just wants to help. No, wait, I absolutely do not feel bad for her. She is a walking natural disaster, and she deserves every ounce of karma coming her way. Look, while Nina's panicking and Valentine is interrogating her about the contents of that syringe, they completely forget the cardinal rule of holding a hostage, check the damn hostage. Drew Kane has been rotting in that back bedroom, completely locked in, paralyzed by weekly doses of whatever nightmare cocktail they've been pumping into his veins. But suddenly, the dose wears off, because Nina was too busy playing amateur anesthesiologist with Brennan. Drew is wiggling his fingers. He is moving his eyes. Listen, Drew is a journalist, a former Navy SEAL, a man whose entire existence is built on survival. He heard the scuffle. He heard the body hit the floor. He heard Nina's sheer, unadulterated panic echoing down the hallway. And in that moment of absolute chaos, he basically just slips out. He escapes. I am screaming at my monitor. Honestly, imagine the sheer willpower of Drew Kane in this exact second. He has been trapped in his own body, a literal prisoner to Willow and Nina's deranged cover-up. Suddenly, the paralysis lifts just enough. His muscles are screaming, his motor skills are probably shot, but the adrenaline is a major flex. He drags himself out of that bed, bypassing the living room, where Valentine and Nina are arguing over a sedated federal agent. It is a raw frame of pure survival. Drew knows exactly what he has to do. He isn't just running away. He is heading straight for the PCPD. He is going to blow the lid off Windermere Carly's kitchen, the WSB field office, and every single lie Willow has been spinning for weeks. Basically, Drew is about to drop a nuclear bomb on Port Charles, and I am here for the fallout. And then, oh my god, then Willow comes home. Look, Willow just had this whole complex, emotionally manipulative run-in with a shirtless Harrison Chase at the park, promising to pull strings for his adoption of Phoebe. She is stressed. She is dealing with Michael's toxic custody traps. She walks through her front door expecting peace, or at least the quiet hum of her illegal hostage situation in the back room. Suddenly, she sees Jack Brennan, a literal WSB boss, paralyzed on her floor. The rug is ruined. The vibe is destroyed. And Nina is standing there stammering, vibrating with guilt like a child caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Listen, Willow's first instinct isn't even the federal agent on the floor. Her first instinct is the back room. She rushes down the hall, throws open the bedroom door, and nothing. The bed is empty. Drew Kane is gone. The bed is empty, guys. I literally cannot process the sheer, unadulterated terror that must have flooded Willow's veins in that exact nanosecond. Basically, her entire life. Her freedom, her medical license, her custody of her children, it all just walked out the front door. Suddenly the walls are closing in. The cover-up she has been agonizing over for weeks. The sheer psychological torture she has endured to keep Drew sedated is completely blown to pieces. Look, Nina tries to explain. She starts doing that frantic, breathless Nina Reeves ramble. That makes you want to throw your remote at the screen. It was an accident. Valentin and Jack were fighting over a gun. I grabbed the syringe to stop them, and they spun around. And I accidentally stabbed Jack. Honestly, it is the most pathetic, low-key, hilarious excuse ever uttered in Port Charles. Basically, she is telling her daughter that she accidentally neutralized a highly trained government operative because she couldn't aim a piece of plastic. Listen, Nina is practically begging for understanding, trying to spin this massive, catastrophic felony into a quirky little oopsie. She is desperately grasping at straws, hoping Willow will just sigh and help her clean up the mess. But Willow is not having it. Suddenly, something inside Willow Tate Kane just snaps. Decades of repressed rage, the trauma of Nell, the SEC betrayal, the coma, the constant, suffocating weight of Nina's help. Look, Willow's patience doesn't just run out. It evaporates into thin air. She looks at her biological mother, this woman who has systematically destroyed every shred of stability in her life. And she realizes that Nina's incompetence is going to send her to federal prison. Honestly, Willow's face in this scene, a total game changer. It is pure, unadulterated hatred. You can physically see the love leaving her body. And then it happens. The slap. Oh my god, might delete this later. But I seriously can't stay silent about the sheer kinetic force of this slap. Willow rears back and delivers a strike. So powerful it probably shifted the tectonic plates under Spoon Island. It is a sonic boom of psychic damage. Smack Nina's head snaps back, and the silence that follows is absolutely deafening. Basically, that slap was for the SEC. That slap was for the coma. That slap was for Silas Clay. That slap was for every single time Nina inserted herself into Willow's life and left a trail of radioactive waste in her wake. I am low-key obsessed with the sheer violence of it. It was the most satisfying moment of the decade. Listen, the physical slap was just the appetizer. Willow unleashes a verbal annihilation that leaves Nina as paralyzed as Jack Brennan on the floor. She accuses Nina of single-handedly destroying weeks of meticulous, agonizing cover-ups. You ruin everything. Willow screams, her voice cracking with the sheer weight of her impending doom. Look, Willow put her entire soul on the line to keep Drew sedated and hidden. She compromised every moral fiber of her being. And Nina blew it all up because she couldn't stay out of the way. Honestly, the dialogue here is a masterclass in raw, unfiltered trauma dumping. Willow is just eviscerating her, peeling back every layer of Nina's delusion. Suddenly, the reality of the situation crashes down on Willow with the force of a freight train. Drew is out there. Drew is on his way to the police. And what does Drew have? He has the ultimate leverage. He has the absolute truth. Basically, Michael Corinthos has been circling like a shark, setting up these elaborate traps with Chase to catch Willow slipping, aiming to obliterate her in custody court. Now, Drew's going to hand Michael the ultimate weapon on a silver platter. Willow is going to lose Wiley. She is going to lose Amelia. She's going to lose her entire family because her mother is a walking disaster zone who can't tell the difference between a WSB agent and a hostage. Whoa, I've really gone off chasing butterflies into another dimension here. I'm sitting here thinking about how Michael is probably smirking in his ridiculous tailored suits, texting Diane Miller about custody paperwork while Willow is literally facing federal kidnapping charges in her living room. Like, does Michael even realize the sheer scale of the felonies happening at his ex-wife's house? Bringing the signal back, let's stick to the script. We need to focus on the absolute finality of what Willow does next, because this isn't just a fight. This isn't just a mother-daughter spat that they will resolve over tea at the Metro Court next week. This is an execution. Look, Willow looks Nina dead in the eye, and with a voice colder than the Cassadine freezing chamber, she cuts ties. We are done. You are not my mother. You are nothing to me. It is a massive flex. Basically, Willow is severing the biological cord with a machete. Nina is sobbing, reaching out, begging for another chance, her face red from the slap, but Willow is a stone wall. Honestly, I have been waiting for this moment since the day the DNA test results came out. Nina's relentless, suffocating desperation for her daughter has finally permanently alienated the only child she has left. It is poetic, tragic, and utterly devastating. Willow is completely done, and Nina is left standing in the wreckage of her own making. And while this Shakespearean tragedy is unfolding on the ruined rug, let's not forget about Drew. Listen. Drew Kane is stumbling through the dark streets of Port Charles, his muscles burning, his mind racing. He has been violated, drugged, and held captive by the woman he loved. Basically, he is a man possessed. He isn't just going to the police to report a crime, he's going to burn Willow's world to the ground. The sheer vengeance radiating from him is palpable. He is going to walk into that precinct, demand to see Anna Devon or Dante Falconeri, and he is going to drop a nuclear bomb on the Corinthos Kane Reeves syndicate. He is going to take everything from Willow, starting with her freedom and ending with her children. Honestly, where do we even go from here? Valentin is going to have to drag Jack Brennan's dead weight over to Carly's attic, which is a whole other level of insane. Carly is going to have a paralyzed WSB agent next to her Christmas decorations. Wait, why are we like this? And Charlotte is wandering around while her dad is playing Weekend at Bernie's with a federal agent. Meanwhile, Drew is about to unleash the wrath of the entire Port Charles Police Department. I am spiraling through a chaotic feedback loop of transcendent hype and absolute narrative betrayal right now. The writers have completely lost their minds, and I am entirely here for it. Look, I need the hive mind to witness my existential collapse right now, because no one else speaks this language. Is Willow actually going to prison? Will Drew take full custody of the narrative and destroy them all? Will Nina ever learn to just sit down and do nothing? Probably not. Basically, my brain is fried, my sleep schedule is ruined, and General Hospital has completely hijacked my sanity. Drop your wildest takes in the comments because I need to know. I'm not screaming into the digital void alone. Honestly, I might need to be sedated next.